November the 9th, 2025, guys. Sunday's here, clear, but it's cool outside. It's 54 right now, and it's going to get much colder in the next few days. You're looking at the National Weather Center map, and this dark purple right here, these are freeze warnings. So you've got the eastern side of Texas, up into Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, most of my state of Mississippi, and over into Alabama, parts of western Georgia, and getting up into northern South Carolina here. The purple areas, guys, they are winter weather advisories. You got winter weather warnings. But right here, this freeze warning, guys, is going to be something we got to really pay attention to. It's coming in hot and heavy for the next few days. Pets, plants, all of those things have to be accounted for right now and protection put in. Do you have antifreeze in your vehicles? Do you? Do you have enough backup heat? Do you have firewood if you need it? Do you have enough gas in or whatever you use for heating? Just things like that you need to check on. Any window seals that are messed up and leaking, because it's about to get really cold, guys. Now in southern Texas, Corpus Christi, Victoria, Laredo, these are red flag warnings. They're saying it's so dry that even a small fire could get out of control very quickly, and windy. Again, red flag warnings. Florida, you've got gale warnings just about everywhere, and then all the way up into Hawaii are gale warnings, and then you got heavy freezing spray warnings over in Alaska. Now, here in this light blue, guys, you're dealing with freeze watches through this area. Again, in the gray is fog up from central Alabama down into the Florida Panhandle and into western Florida. And guys, we don't have it as bad this morning, but the last 2 days here in central Mississippi, it's been very foggy in the morning, almost like it had rained at night. And that's just a sign that old man winter's coming in hot and heavy. Let's just look at some of the things they're talking about. Now, this is it's a weather message coming out of Jackson, Mississippi, and anywhere you see the deep purple areas where you got these freeze warnings, it's going to be very similar. But this is talking about the locations: Decatur, Jackson, Rayville. That's over in Louisiana, Providence. All of these areas you're seeing. Says this freeze warning remains in effect from midnight tonight to 9 a.m. CST Monday. Freeze warning remains in effect from 9 a.m. Monday to 8 a.m. Central Time Tuesday. Says for the first freeze warning, in other words, tonight and tomorrow night, we got two different ones. Sub-freezing temperatures as low as 28 for the second freeze warning. Sub-freezing temps as low as 23. You're getting into pipe busting weather. Are your pipes insulated? Things like that. Again, the pets are main problem. Make sure they're warm, dry, and then your plants, of course. If you got any type of crop, you're going to lose it. If it's not covered up tonight, some fall plantings and things like that. But again, this is northern Louisiana, northeast Louisiana, and central Mississippi. Let's take a look at the national satellite this morning. You can see where this cold air is diving down, this light blue as the sun is rising this morning. And that's just going to push right through our area. You can see, like I said, we have been foggy in the morning, central Mississippi, parts of Louisiana, northwestern Alabama. But now that fog is pushed south and the cold air is coming in. It's always a good sign this time of the year. A couple foggy days, you know something's about to happen. And everything's going to push down and push offshore. Now, one good thing about it is we look at the infrared, there's not that much moisture involved, and that's going to limit sleet on the light lines, things like that. If you had a sleet storm or an ice storm come in Texas, you remember, so does much of the southeast. It gets pretty rough. You're going to be without power and things like that. So this is going to be a relatively dry storm. Now, up in the northeast, may be slightly different. Pacific Northwest, you got some moisture building there. But where the cold air is, it's pushing everything off into the warmer waters. And you can see why that is causing these storms, why it's happening like that. But right through here is that cold weather. So you got today, again, it is 54 outside here now, but it's sunny. So go out, check all your antifreezes, things like that, any kind of plants you want to protect, and of course your pets, any friends and family that you're concerned about may not have what they need to make it through 2 days of freezing weather, check on them and stay involved in checking with them through the next couple of days. I'm not going to draw this video out much longer. There's no need to, guys. You see the plan. We'll go back and look at that map one more time. And this is what we got. You can see the amount of people that are involved in this, even though these aren't freeze watches, they're winter cold watches. So half the country is about to cool down quite a bit. And it's something to be aware of. We talked about, because of the lack of storms in the Atlantic Ocean, that the winter storms along the northeast coast could be stronger. Just like we saw as I switched to the infrared radar and you saw the storms offshore as that cooler air was pushing in, that's what we're going to be dealing with throughout the winter. So be prepared for stronger storms. We're going to get through it just fine if we can get these Republicans and Democrats off their tails and get something done. Just a quick update on that. I think they've been told that they're not leaving D.C. until this is done. No more going home for the weekends and running off, flying off. They're going to have to get out and get to work. The big battle, I think, is between Thune and Trump on getting some of this stuff passed through. The nuclear option, the filibuster. You got two problems on the Republican side. One is you got a lot of cowards there that say, well, we can't do this because when the Democrats come back in power, they're going to repay us. Well, they're going to do it anyway. But right now, guys, they have a battle plan, and it starts with Mondami in New York City. They're going to raise all kind of cane, try to get every vote they can get in the next few elections, depending on what it is, and basically an overthrow of this country. It's not like they're going to go quietly into the dark since they were so soundly defeated, and that's what a lot of people are thinking. No, they're evil, they're dark, and they're sinister, and they're planning a massive comeback. And if they do, guys, all hell is going to break out on every conservative in this nation and possibly on the planet. Again, guys, we're watching it. You watch it. There is a meeting today with the Senate. I just thought about that. And we'll see what they're going to do. We may go live at that point. I think it's afternoon. I'm not sure, or at noon. Anyway, guys, we're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.